Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadroad.com. Let's take a look at silver. Today is the cutoff day. It is Tuesday, the 22nd, I think. What is the date? 22nd. Again, the Commitment of Traders report. Yes, they don't have to go by the Commitment of Traders report, but history has shown that 99% of the time, the same thing happens. The commercials go short as it rises to slow it down, then slam it down, then cover, all using the moving averages. So we are hovering, as you can tell, the silver price is hovering right around the moving average. Let me show you the one-year moving averages. We are at the 200-day moving average is at 23.31. The price of silver right now is at 23.38. So it's right around that. As you can see, same thing happened down here. Now they can slam it again. Don't get me wrong. The moving average game is kind of like the bankers' go-to, and I think that's what we're in right now. Their go-to. There is a distress game that they crash everything and the silver price gets slammed down to zero or minus $40 or whatever they want to do with the mouse that they have. Click, click, click. That's all it takes. But right now, I mean, if I was a silver investor and I saw the price of silver under all the moving averages, historically, like every time, it's blown through the moving averages really fast. So you might not have time to go back. Again, I think now is the time, the last time you can get Silver Eagles over $30, although they just posted yesterday a very large, at least addition to the sales. It's over 2.2, I think, million ounces this month at the Silver Eagle at the U.S. Mint. Perhaps all our screaming and all the fact-finding has forced Ventures Gibson, the head of the Mint, to make more Silver Eagles. I don't know. But I do believe that this slam is the last time you'll get silver under $30. Premiums have come down. If you can't find it under 30, give my friend Will Lair a call, Perpetual Assets, perpetualassets.com. I'm not sure what Andy's selling Silver Eagles for. You can check with Andy, info@milesfranklin.com. Great time to buy silver. When it's under the moving averages, history has shown that it's a great time to buy silver. Now, the question is, how high will they allow it to rise before somebody has to short? Because right now, all the shorts are the tech funds, not all, but the majority are the tech funds, and they're going to have to cover really fast. Remember, you can lose 100% of your investment if you go long. If you go short, you can lose infinity money. So if silver jumps to $1,000 an ounce, all the big banks are gone that have been shorting. And all the shorts, the tech funds are gone. BlackRock is gone. Wouldn't that be great? So yeah, silver's definitely the bank killer. Just keep that in mind. So they'll protect it a lot more than they protect gold. They own a lot of gold, so they want the price of gold to go up. But they know there's issues there with the quantity of gold in the world. Has been alive for a very long time. I'll get to that in 1 second. But as far as silver, yes, we are at that point where they're flirting with the 200-day moving averages. As over here, you can see they did this. They gave a little jump up and then a big slam down. I'm of the mind that potentially that's what's going to happen into early September. They'll slam silver down to, I don't know, $20. Try to get it under $20, and that will be the final one before it roars forward. So yeah, you can play that game if you want. I'm a hodler. I sit there, I buy silver, and I sit on it. Put my lawn chair out and sit on it. I know the future of silver is unbelievable. The world needs it. Everybody needs it. Elon Musk bidding for your silver is going to be a good day. Keep that in mind. As far as what was going on the COMEX futures and options, where the price of silver is determined, yesterday it was derivative day. Look at all these derivatives. Exchange for physical was gigantic, 11 million ounces, 2,271 contracts. That's where they take their long contract on the COMEX and send it over to London for delivery because they think you can't see it, but we see it right here in exchange for physical. But it's not all. If you look at the month, yes, September's a delivery month. historically, it used to be the biggest. Now there's very little deliveries that happen on the COMEX, so I don't expect much. Still almost 50,000 contracts, 250 million ounces outstanding, potential to be stood for delivery. That in the last few days is when the real rigging happens. They'll roll those over to the next year. They don't buy them out. They just roll them over to the next year, next delivery month, which is December. As you can see, it's already started with only 47,000 contracts in September and then 81 in December. I don't think it will get to December, but hey, who knows? Anybody who's taken a long December future and tries to stand for delivery, that's a long time to wait. There's a lot of shit that's got to go down between now and then. And our friend Harvey Organ says right now, before yesterday's number, there was 92 million. So it's about 93, 90, or 103, 104 million. That's a very good month for silver deliveries exchanged for physicals. This is, again, the deliveries happen taking a long contract on the COMEX where the price is determined and going to the London Bullion Market Association for delivery. Whether that happens, we don't know because they don't tell us. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. That's very hidden. The LBMA is probably even more criminal than the COMEX. That's why nobody even looks at the LBMA. Nobody believes that their numbers are ridiculous. They have over 100 million ounces trading hands every year. 100 billion ounces trading hands every year, supposedly, of physical deliveries, which is the most ridiculous thing you can even imagine. So, yeah. Speaking of fake gold, private jet loaded with fake gold unfurls a mystery in two countries after a plane arrived in Egypt bearing cash, weapons, and what looked like gold bars. That's the key. Looked like gold bars. Zambia arrested 12 people. Egyptian reporters covering the case were briefly detained. Detained, huh? When Zambia authorities reached a private jet that arrived from Egypt last week, they found a mysterious trove that included millions of dollars in cash, hundreds of bars of what appeared to be gold, and weapons. They arrested 12 people, 6 of them Egyptians, citizens, and the haul stirred wild speculation in both countries. Zambian officials launched an inquiry into what they called a gold scam, eliciting a jittery response from Egyptian authorities. Zambian officials said the gold was, in fact, fake, made of copper, zinc, and probably in order to fleece foreign buyers. Bullshit. Bullshit. You don't think the Zambian officials aren't going to pocket that gold either for Zambia or for the actual officials who found it? This is such a joke. It happens every time some country steals another country's gold. This is a clear case of scamming, said Nason Brada, director of the country's Drug Enforcement Commission. It's so ridiculous. Egyptian media outlets reported that several members of Egypt's military and security services appeared to be among those arrested. Egyptian authorities seem eager to play down the plane's seizure. 2 journalists covering the episode were detained in Cairo without charge on Saturday, then released Sunday. So yeah, who ended up with the gold? Zambia, and they said it. Oh no, these aren't gold bars. They're I think they said down here lead and something else. Fake gold. It's all fake gold. What is this? Does this ring a bell? Absolutely. It rings a huge bell. The Iraqi invasion, the U.S. invasion of Iraq, number one thing when we go into a country, we seize the gold. That's the number one thing we do. That's probably the reason for all this stuff. With the Iraqi invasion, all the military guys took pictures with all the gold. And so the press and the Pentagon had to come out with some kind of answer. And they said, oh, it's all fake. These are all copper bars that were spray painted gold. Bullshit. This was huge. The Iraqi gold was massive. Although I don't think that... Now, these I think are real. I don't think this one... Where's that other one? Because I've seen it too many times. This one, I don't think that's real. I think that's more like the Philippines gold, where they hid it in tunnels and caves. Could be something else. Could be, obviously it's not. It has to be gold. Why would they fill up a room with fake gold? It's just, there's no reasoning behind it. It would be a waste of time. But with the U.S., yeah, there's lots of gold all over the place. Love this one. This is my favorite picture. Sergeant Brown holding up a huge gold bar. Yes, of course we go in. We lie. No, that wasn't gold. That was, they were bricks painted gold. Why would they do that? It's a lie. Of course it was gold and it was confiscated. And people are saying, oh, no, that's too much gold. There hasn't been that much gold mined in the world. You better do a little research if you don't think there's more than 200,000 tons that have been mined in gold. There's massively a lot more gold. And you can see it, even guys like J.P. Morgan have massive amounts of gold. Gold is not scarce. It is not scarce. And it's used for nothing but jewelry and shoving it into a vault. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the gold and silver ratio. I think it's going to go beyond 1-to-1. Silver's going to be, it'll live up to what it's supposed to be. And Jenny's been talking about this for 2 years. It is a much more, or at least symbiotic metal with gold. There's about 6 billion ounces of each. At least that's what Jeffrey Christian says in those guys. 6 billion ounces of each of potential investable silver and gold. So why is silver priced at 1/85th of the price of gold? Because the bankers know that silver is the bank killer. Why would it kill the banks? Why can't they let silver just run? Well, 2 reasons. Number one reason is it would destroy the industry. All the industries that use silver. Silver should have never been so widespread in industry. It should have been valued higher, but they rigged the price. So now it's in every flat screen TV, every cell phone, every electric car, solar panel. $1,000 silver will affect a lot of things. But I mean, if you have to pay a couple extra $1,000 for your Tesla car, that's not that big a deal. So yeah, silver. Remember, silver is used in tiny amounts. But the solar industry, which has a lot of money right now, a lot of people investing in solar, will need all of the silver that is mined by 2050. All of it. So there will be no electric cars. There'll be no cell phones. There'll be no flat screen TVs. Yes, they can use a substitute, but no substitute is as good as conductor of electricity as silver is, and that's what it's used for. So yeah, 60% of all silver mined every year is destroyed. That's an amazing thought, where most of the gold just gets tucked into the ground again. You dig it up and you bury it again in a vault. So just keep that in mind. With the Iraqi invasion, they did all these fact checks. No, it's not gold. It was just bricks painted gold. Why would they do that then? Such a lie. What a great way to get gold that is not trackable. And then you can run your secret ops from that, which they have. Inflation is just kicking ass right now. Why the Fed may need to go to 6%. Yes, they will have to raise rates if they want to stop inflation. Remember, Paul Volcker had to raise the rate, the Fed funds rate above the inflation rate. And back in the 1980, that was close to a true inflation rate. Not really, but close. So he had to go up to 20% just to slow it down. It took years for that to end. Janet Yellen will never raise the rates above the inflation rate. First of all, they lie about the inflation rate. Second of all, they can't. They would destroy everything, and they're destroying everything now. As a matter of fact, S&P just downgraded a whole bunch of large banks. Now, for those of you on the private road, let me tell you the banks they just downgraded. Associated Bank Corp, Comerica, Key Corp, UMB Financial, and Valley National Bank, with negative outlooks for River City Bank, S&T Bank, Zions, Synovus, and Truist. So those are all the banks affected by the S&P downgrade. Remember, when you downgrade a bank, when banks are having problems, it just absolutely magnifies them. We're going to see so many takeovers and collapses of the banking system in a blink of an eye. For you private road members of these banks, go to the private road and look at the my 2022 troubled bank list, and I'm telling you right now, I counted them. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Of the 11 banks, of the 11 banks listed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them are on my list. So yes, I love this list. It's a great list. You want to know if your bank's going down, go to the private road. Here's Jenny. You want to know the true reason for the fires, what was going on? Go check that out. We're going to dig deeper on that this week, Jenny and I, about what's going on in Maui. The crazy Joe Biden just went there and just pissed everybody off. If it's even him, I don't even think it's him, but even the guy they get to play him is an idiot. He's joking about it. The Maui people are so angry, so beyond angry. Oh, by the way, it's not 114 people that have died. It's over 1,000. And this was absolutely sacrificial, in my opinion. And from everything I see, yes, the U.S. government can and does have weapons that can do this. I would say the deep state, the bad guys, call them whatever you want. This was the most sacred spot in the Hawaiian Islands. It was the original capital. And amazing how it just missed all the mansions, just nailed most of the houses except, the blue-colored cars. Look out for the blue-colored cars that don't seem to catch fire. I saw an interesting post on the use of these weapons, how the color blue for the microwave, doesn't affect it. So you see all these blue cars just sitting where everything else is burned and gone. It's just so obvious, my friends, that we are at war, and this war is brutal, and it's just going to get uglier. So stay safe out there. You want more on this information, go to roadtoruta.com and click on the public road updates. This is a free subscription base at roadtoruta.com. Put your name and email address in there, and I'll send you emails almost every day on what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on with the Road to Ruta, what we're looking at. Right now, we are concentrated wholeheartedly on silver. This is the end game of silver. The BRICS discussions start today. I don't know what's going to happen to that. The bad guys will probably use it to either slam down the price of silver or say this is why the price of silver and gold went up. Who knows? You shouldn't care. This is the most important thing about, and the reason we don't get into mining shares on the Road to Ruta. If you don't possess it in your own possession, you will lose it. People are just starting to learn that. The end of this week, we'll probably see another bank failure. Then September will be the month of bank failures. And they're going to try to say that if you have over $250,000 in your account that's not FDIC insured, that you don't have any insurance and you have no recourse to that money. And that goes with businesses, that goes for Apple, all the major businesses that have literally billions and billions in these banks. Poof, gone. Because you can only get $250,000 in insurance for a corporation too, unless you list beneficiaries. And a lot of banks are starting to cut back on their beneficiaries. Make sure you check with your bank. If you have over $250,000 per person, make sure you check with your bank if you use beneficiaries. Because it's a little tricky, but the bank will take beneficiaries off your account and not tell you. A little known fact I just found out because they did that to me. Although I didn't have over $250,000 in the account, I had 4 beneficiaries, so I could put, if I needed to put $1 million, some crazy world where I need to put $1 million in the bank, I want to be fully covered, and that took 4 beneficiaries. And then I called, and just like 3 months later, just to make sure, and they said, no, you have 2 beneficiaries. I'm like, no, here's my original paperwork, and they put them back on. So they'll take beneficiaries off your account. It is crazy. It's beyond crazy right now. I would also print out, if you have money in the bank because you have to for any reason, print out the paper copy of the receipts because the electronic copies are going to be gone. Not that it'll help you. Get physical silver, get it in your own possession, buy it today. Looks like we're just making the first move over the 200-day moving average right here. Not far behind is the 50-day moving average, and then the 100-day moving average is right now is the highest at right around $24 silver. So at $24 silver, we could run up once it gets there and breaks it strongly, we could run up to $30, and that will be the line in the sand for the banksters. And from $30, it goes right to $50. Another line in the sand. From $50 and above, it's Katie bar the doors. That means the banks aren't shorting into the rise. And if the banks aren't shorting, nobody's shorting, everybody's buying. That's how you get your $600. That's the take on the road to Ruta. I'll be checking in as things progress this week. It's going to be a big week. I'll talk to you.